What's up? Long time no see. Back with another video today. Tomorrow is my birthday and I got a very special video I'm recording now. It's my second time shooting it because there's a lot of background noise here. I'm using my phone to record. Doing the best I can. There's probably still going to be background noise, but it is what it is. I'm going to make this video and, because I just got to start making videos. Regardless of their shoddy quality, I'm going to do my best, so hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. What does it mean to achieve? What does it mean to be successful? How about the person you wish to become? Would you like to be wiser, stronger, faster, better at this or that? When do you arrive at the point in which you're satisfied with who you've become? For a long time, I constantly told myself, I'm just not enough of this thing yet. I'm not there yet. I'm pretty good, but I'm not blank. So when can I say I am enough? When can I be happy with where I am? The constant conundrum of not being satisfied with where you are in life, yet often you achieve these incredible things in life, and it's like nothing ever happened. So at what point do you stop moving the goalpost? We just continue to desire more. If you, like me, are constantly looking to achieve more, then you will never be happy. You will be crushed under the weight of your own ambitions, same as me. There's a big difference between having dreams and treating everything in life like you're a computer algorithm executing commands. So simply put, my argument is, you already are. When I say I'm not that good of a runner yet, despite running a marathon, what does that even mean? First, I might not appreciate the fact that I finished a marathon in the first place. Next, I might compare my time and performance with others in order to either cope or show why I'm not there yet. And then it feedback loops, leads to future burnout. I'll start pushing myself harder and harder in order to get better times on the next marathon or race, completely missing the point of everything. So firstly, who am I running for? Is it for validation through achieving a particular time? Well, I've got bad news, because someone will always be faster than you. What about being faster than last time? You versus you. I think we're getting closer, but we're still missing something. Why are we going faster? For what purpose? It could just be your thing, and that's valid. However, when will you allow yourself to enjoy the victory, the moment? When will you stop moving the goalpost? Are you a failure if you maintain a time rather than improve it? By whose standards are you living by? Really ask yourself that question. Dig deep. You may start to say yourself. By yourself, do you mean your ego? Your ego is an identity, created by experiences and things that have happened to you throughout your life. Things you've gained, etc. And your ego craves validation. It craves attention from others in order to stay alive. You can't fully dissolve it, but you can understand how it works and not lose sight of the purpose. If you are beating your times in order to be faster for you, are you then saying that you need to be faster in order to be happy or content? Who told you that getting a faster time every time was the purpose? Really reflect on if that's your belief and not just an expectation given to you by someone else. I think Dr. K, in a podcast with Chris Williamson, puts it better than anyone else.
The more that you dissolve your ego, the more content you will be.
What do you mean when you say dissolve the ego?
What are you?
Person.
What does that mean?
I guess my experience of me is thoughts and identity.
What is identity?
A sense of self, a story that I tell myself.
So those are two different things. Which one are you really? So if I were to ask, who is Chris Williamson, what would you say?
Person? Podcaster?
Okay, so this is where there's certain specific features of the ego. So Chris Williamson is ... is a factor of your ahamkara or your ego. Podcaster, man, Chad, savior, loser, whatever.
All of those.
But the truth of the matter is, scientifically, those are not real things, right? I can't biopsy you and find a podcaster. These are abstractions of the mind. Loser, winner. What does that mean? One person has a trophy, one person doesn't have a trophy. That's what makes them a winner or loser. But what if someone cheats? Is a cheater a winner? No, those are two different things. But hold on a second. I thought we said winners have trophies. Right? So these are all abstractions of the mind. And your first answer was the correct one, which is that you are that which experiences this person's life. You are a sense of experience. That's it.
So we know the ego wants to stay alive. It wants that faster time in order to be validated. But the only validation you've ever needed is from yourself. To simply say, that is enough. Good fucking job, seriously, you are enough. The real you, not your ego, what you experience. The point isn't the time, it is doing it. Not the goal, but the journey. Things get a little tricky when we start thinking about people that inspire us. Someone who inspires me is David Goggins. Well, let's take a closer look at what he's actually saying. His message isn't for the person already achieving or already in motion. It is for someone from the bottom who needs that push to get started and get their first few wins in life, solely of their own effort, and how to change their narrative, which is all extremely helpful. And there's nothing wrong with that at first. But even David Goggins admits in his book to not do what he does in the same way. That is his way. And it worked for him because he's David Goggins, he's crazy, and he had the life that he had. We are not David Goggins or whoever you are inspired by. So we can be inspired by these people and improve ourselves. But at a certain point, you have to identify what you're doing, why, and who's it for, really. I mean, we look at these incredible people online who do amazing feats and forget they are just like us. Everyone is human. Everyone does dumb shit, makes mistakes, and wants to be happy. You're glued to what you think is important. You've been told your whole life that success is money. Success is being the best at something. You must work hard your whole life or you won't reach your full potential. You won't reach what you're supposed to get. People sell the hard work, the dedication, do more, because that's what looks interesting. Beautiful people with amazing bodies selling you how to become like them, when in reality they are living out quite a few steps. Why don't we start with the fact that they are fortunate to be where they are? There was some luck involved. We tend to believe that those with the better name the thing that you want is in a better position than us. But it's simply not true. It is drilled into us by societal norms, partly because of advertising, capitalism, and consumerism. But truly, you don't need anything else. Absolutely nothing more than what you have right now. Nothing more than who you are now. Stop trying to arrive at a place you're already at. Stop trying to be the person you already are. Just be that person. You don't need to read 30 books, go on a mountain retreat, and do an ultra marathon in order to be happy now. And of course you can go out and do all those other crazy cool side quests, but don't lose sight of what really matters. As I've been separated from my family and friends, moving to Japan for the last 4 months now, I've started to really understand what it's like to start over. I was very broke. I lost my best friend and girlfriend, and no one is here to support me. I had to build it all from scratch, make new friends, start my new life, and I have managed to make really great friends, and I'm really happy to be in the position that I'm in. But it took a while to build that solid base. I had many existential crises along the way, and I'm sure I'm gonna have more. I just didn't know what mattered. I started to contemplate everything. What really matters to me? What's really important? Who am I even? The more I learned about my ego, the less I knew what was actually me and what was something I wanted people to see. So in order to understand what's behind this, let's take a quick look at the mind and emotions. You wouldn't believe the types of inner dialogues I've had with myself over the years, over the idea of not being enough. We all battle our minds in different ways, and if you don't know what to do when these thoughts happen, it can easily take over and make you really believe these things. No matter what your spiritual belief is, that's true for all of us. You first need to understand your thoughts and emotions are not you. They are simply sensations in the body and mind, clouds floating above your head. They're not real. What gives them a place in your mind, what makes them real, is three big things. This is from an emotion book called Master Your Emotions. The three things: repetition, interpretation, and identification. Put simply, repetition is a looped scene in your head. Interpretation is how you're taking what happened from your perspective. And identification is saying this thought has validity and is real. Combine these three things, and now you have a strong emotion. Your thoughts and emotions come down to the story you tell yourself. What are those stories that you tell yourself? Some are deeply rooted into your ego from deeply personal experiences. Some are taken from others and added to you. But in the end, they are all just stories you're holding on to. If you believe something to be true, then it will become true. It will be true. In a personal example, this book helped me realize a lie I've been telling myself and others for years, like many years. I would say, I can't feel emotions well. I just simply don't have strong emotions. And there are a lot of reasons why I don't feel strong emotions all the time, or I suppress my emotions. I don't fully understand it yet, but I do know it's not true. I can feel emotions, strong emotions. I can go anywhere from screaming in joy to sobbing in tears. I'm capable of it all. We are the story we tell ourselves. I became the story. This video and this change in my mindset largely spawned from one man's discussion on the topic, Oliver Burkeman. He gave me a lot of the information I used in this video. And on the topic of thoughts, he gave me two things that stuck with me. The first is about self-love. When I hear love yourself, it just doesn't connect with me. I cannot say I love myself all day and I just start loving myself. For me, it doesn't work that way. If it works for you, that's great. But I needed something different. And what he calls the reverse golden rule. Instead of treating others like we should be treated, which you should do, think about it this way. Treat yourself as you'd treat others. If you miss a day of meditation or a day at the gym where you didn't study when you were supposed to, you didn't quite meet these expectations you made, would you be forgiving and understanding to you like you would a friend? I sure often didn't. I would dog myself for not completing my arbitrary metric of success for the day, completely disrupting any happiness I would have gotten from completing anything at all. Whereas if a friend messes up, immediately I forgive them on the spot. I give them grace. I say, hey man, it's alright. Things happen, let's try again. Why do we treat ourselves so differently? This lines up perfectly with our final idea. What if I just did this today? Let's say, for example, I want to build a habit of writing. So I set out on a goal of writing 30 minutes every day without fail. I even track my progress on a handy tracker. Let's say that I always do it in the morning before work. Well, days go by and something happens. I'm not able to wake up on time. I fail to get it done in the morning. The workday rolls by and I tell myself, I'll just do it after work, it's fine. And maybe you do. But let's say I didn't. Let's say I missed it. I missed my day and my streak is ruined. I feel terrible. I fell short of my expectation. The next day comes around and I miss it again. It could be discouragement. It could simply be that I didn't have time again. But now we've reached 2 days in a row where I failed to do it. Well, what happens now? Perhaps we beat ourselves up even more. This is an example of a problem with good habits. Good habits are great and absolutely serve functions in our life, but they don't account for the turbulent nature of life. We simply can be more busy on some days than others. Sometimes shit just happens. If you are going to have a daily habit, it had better be so small that you can always do it no matter what happens. Instead of striving for these grand expectations of ourselves, we can simply ask ourselves, what if I just did it today? What would happen if this thing I did was only today? But then you might say, well, what's the point of doing something once? If I'm not going to do it every day or often, what's the point of doing it at all? And that line of thinking is exactly why you're here, wondering why you're burnt out and not happy with your progress, not happy with who you are. So I say again, what if I just did this today? What happens if this is a one-off event? What if I do it a few times a week, but there really isn't a schedule or method? I just do it when I can. The difference you will feel when you do something with the expectation of it only happening today and it being a daily grind is an enormous shift. It's like, oh, here we go again. It's time to write. Time to do my daily bullshit. And then the other one is, oh, it looks like I have a little extra time today. I'm gonna head to the cafe and do some writing. The difference is forcing yourself versus having an opportunity to do something. We can't game everything we do. If you take away the spontaneity of your life, you will always be unhappy. Stop trying to do everything. Stop trying to become the person you already are. And today, why don't you go out and do something with zero expectation of ever doing it again? Even if it's small, even if you think it's pointless, just see how it feels. You already are. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. More to come. Good luck, and thanks for watching. Partly because of advertisement, capitalism, and consumerism. Capitalism, consumerism. Who is this Darth Plagueis? I never known him. I don't know him.